안녕하세요. You're listening to 4 from On One podcast.
Welcome back to 441 podcast. We're doing another travel guide, Osaka. How are you, boys? We've got all three of us today. How are you, Hokjun?
I'm very happy to introduce to everyone about my grandma's hometown.
Yeah, and Joe, welcome
Wonderful.
back this week. Good to get you back. Osaka,
It's
have
good
you
to be
been to
back. It's good to be
Osaka?
back to screaming kids again and changing diapers. It's very refreshing.
And have you been to
All right.
Osaka?
I have.
Yeah, so we're coming
Twice.
from three people that have been there. So we won't always do places that we've been, but we've all been to Osaka. I've been very recently last month. Let's get straight into it with some facts. Osaka has the third most population in Japan. Tokyo is number one. Boys, what's number two?
Kyoto?
No. Option, you got to guess?
Saitama?
No, it's close to Tokyo.
Yeah, so Saitama,
Sapporo?
no?
Yokohama.
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 And Osaka is part of the Kansai region, so it's in the southern central of Japan. I'll get to some temperatures soon. Have you ever looked where Osaka is on the map compared to like Korea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's playing with trains. Their national tree is the cherry, and
Nice.
the coldest month is January, and the average high temperature is 9 degrees.
The lowest will be?
I don't have the lowest, so 49 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So
That's
if
not
you
so
look on the
bad,
map,
actually.
it's also almost in line with Busan. So that's sort of where we are.
Oh.
And the August average high temperature is 33.5 degrees or 92
hot.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
So
Yeah.
So snow isn't common in Osaka. So I didn't know that. I just pictured Japan being higher up closer to the North Pole, but it's actually it's quite a long country, when it comes to
it really is.
Seoul or like from Korea to Osaka. So
Yep.
You're taking a plane to it.
Yep.
So it'll take like less than 2 hours. I think from Seoul to Osaka it'll take like 1 hour 50 minutes, and from Busan to Osaka it's only taking like 1.5 hours.
Yeah, and they used to have a ferry from Busan to Osaka. I think because of coronavirus, they haven't quite opened that up yet, but look out for a ferry between the two cities. Did you ever do the ferry?
Yeah. No, not actually. I think like if you're going from Osaka, then so you sailing down to the like southbound from Busan, but you have to like round all the way the Japanese island, and then you go up to reach to Osaka harbor. So I'm not gonna recommend this. Like the plane, yeah. The plane is better. Like if you're not in the season, the plane will be like $50 or like $100 on a single trip. So you know, yeah.
I went very recently, and I flew away from Osaka, out of Osaka. So the airport is Kansai Airport. It took about an hour on public transport to get there. It was fairly easy. I would say Kansai Airport, they've just opened up. It was a bit unorganized, but I'm sure they will. And they're doing a lot of redevelopment in that airport. I'm sure in a couple of months' time, it'll be fine. Japanese are very efficient normally. So I'm sure that airport will get together very soon. So I did some accommodation, boys.
Okay.
Again, it's just for this weekend. So it's quite expensive, looking at very last minute. We're looking at in the Dubutsun May area, which is where I stayed. You're looking for a dorm about $12 to $15 a night. in number, you're looking at in Dontaburi area, you're looking between $17 to $25. So I stayed in a cheaper area, a bit looking on the map, it's south of Osaka, slightly. And Unita is the train station. Sorry, Unita is the train station, and you're looking about $17 for dorm. There seems to be only one or two hostels around there. So hostels aren't common, but a lot of them got the capsule hostel. So it is a dorm, but you got your own little booth. You know what I mean? Like they got either wood beside your bed or some sort of shield around your bed. So that's quite common.
Have you stayed in one of those
Yeah.
capsule rooms? Have you? I didn't. I'm too
Not-
claustrophobic.
Not totally fully built out, but like with cardboard on all your sides. Not cardboard, but strong wood on each
Sure.
side. Yeah, it's a bit.
It wasn't a capsule. Like you weren't like into like a vampire, right? You wouldn't.
Nah.
Okay.
Not like the fancy ones you see sometimes. It's just very man-made.
Yeah. Sure.
Handyman made. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that
just
makes
quickly, some hotels you're looking between $100 to $170 for a basic hotel, and even then, some that could be shared bathrooms, or also they call them hotels, but they also might be capsules. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap, especially this time of the year. And travel is
Yeah.
back in Japan. I'm sure it's very popular right now. I'm sure Osaka, the fall season was just changing the trees. I'm sure it's very beautiful right now. So that's how much it's going to cost you for accommodation. Gio,
Very
what do you got for us, mate? What did you do when you got there?
well. I've been to Osaka twice.
Yep.
And so I went to actually one of the oldest Buddhist temples that I could find there. It was the Shitenoji Temple, which was erected back in 593, when like Buddhism was
Wow.
kind of being founded in Japan, right? For the first time. I think it was like the emperor or something at the time, which is like, hey, let's just build this temple, give a shout out to Buddha. So I thought, hey, why don't I just go and check it out myself? And obviously it was amazing to see, walk in the grounds. Everything was just so peaceful, so clean. Japan is probably one of the cleanest countries I've ever been to. From the moment I landed at the airport, from taking the bullet trains to seeing like the cities, walking the streets, it is extremely clean. And I'm sure you guys could probably back that up as well. Another place that I like to go to.
So
I'm
just
sorry?
on your temple, I actually looked up some prices for that temple you mentioned, just to give people a bit more information. So the actual temple you can walk in free, but there's some sections you can pay for. So the central temple is 300 yen. The garden, there's a special garden. I didn't get to go here, so I don't. I just looked up this site as well. 300 yen for the garden, or to see the treasure hall museum, 500 yen. That's some
like
things you
$5.
can pay for. So what else did you about to say?
There was just two other ones. The other one I was going to say was the Osaka Aquarium,
Yes.
Kaiyukan
Nice.
Museum. It's just different.
Yep.
It's ginormous, it's huge. And then the last one is the Osaka Museum of History. I'm a big history buff, so I always make sure to check it off my list every country I go to. The Osaka one was just extremely impressive. So like modern day, I like most museums that have like they have like almost like an exhibit, or it's kind of like a throwback, and everything's like the 20s or 30s kind of display. So you have like Osaka, like what it would look like, the costumes people dressed in, the markets, the stalls, little shops. So it's like a trip back in time. And I enjoy the cobble streets and like the neon signs. It's really unique.
Yeah, nice.
So,
And Hokjun, you're our food expert. What's some food that we eat in Osaka? What did you try? What should we recommend?
All right, so my time of shining is here.
Yes.
So the Osaka is actually located in Kansai location. So Kansai Hen is kind of like their county or their state. So Kansai area, they are very famous for three things. First, it's okonomiyaki, and second is takoyaki, and third is a blue fish. when you touch it,
Oh,
Puffer,
the puffer fish.
pufferfish.
Ah,
the
Yeah,
puffer fish. Yeah, yeah.
pufferfish. Deadly.
Yeah, deadly toxin as well.
Yes.
So those three are the very famous food in Osaka area,
yep.
and there's one place uh, called Chigusa Okonomiyaki,
Mm.
and I think they're kind of like the first okonomiyaki place, and it's like 990 or like 110 years old
Wow.
restaurant. Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm actually planning to go to Osaka on this year end.
Wow.
So I
Good.
will gonna
You
check it
should.
out and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
let you guys have the taste of it.
Oh, well, we could do a
Very
follow
nice.
up on our regular podcast about. That's cool.
Yeah, sure.
And then when I went there, I tried the takoyaki in Dotonbori. We'll talk about
Hmm.
Dotonbori maybe
Yeah.
right after this, but I would say there's very popular ones. You'll see one with the octopus above its shop. That's the famous
Yeah.
popular one. It's a little bit more expensive, but there's a lot of other shops. I don't know how much you can change the recipe, so
Mm.
you can check out some of the other shops for a bit of a discount if you don't want. But if you want the popular one, go get the popular one. But I would say it's double the price. So just a little tip
Yeah.
there. Unless you're takoyaki experts and can taste the different
Yeah.
flavors,
Hmm.
I think you could try one of the cheaper ones. Yeah. Boys, did you go to Dotonbori? What did you think of it?
I went. Did you
Yeah.
go actually?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
went.
famous Glico guy.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what's it advertising? What do you
Yeah.
see? I don't even know what is advertising. Do you know?
Actually, I don't know. I
No.
think it must be like some kind of like snack or food company, I think.
Okay.
Most likely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Soil and I went during
yeah,
my second trip. We went there together. That was actually the first place we visited.
yeah.
It was Osaka.
And did they have the
But Dotonbori,
carousel working? That weird looking carousel?
I didn't see
Yeah.
a carousel.
Oh no. There's a carousel that does like a bit of an oval shape. It doesn't go very high. That's just attached to a building. Yeah. So
Oh,
Dontnod is famous for a lot of food, a lot of shopping. There's indoor market, so if it's raining or cold, there's a massive indoor market. The different restaurants. I think you can find some food that's not expensive. So don't
uh-huh.
worry. I really enjoyed it, and I went on a rainy day, and the vibe is awesome. You got the river there, so you can get a beer along the river. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Dontnod a good place for a bit of shopping or some food.
It's a great nightlife. We went to meet her friend. Her friend's from is Korean, but she was living and working in Japan. So we all went to Dotonbori to this wonderful restaurant. I thought it was nice. It was like not all you can eat, but she was just ordering everything because she spoke Japanese, right?
Yeah,
To bring all this food in. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Like, we're like being treated like locals because I never dined like this. Usually it's like a rotating sushi restaurant. It's like, oh,
yeah.
okay, you know?
Yeah.
And then
$100 bill later, just plates this high.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
the staff were coming and bringing food, and I'll never forget this. Like, I guess one of the servers was pouring something over Soyoung's
Yeah.
friend, and she accidentally like dropped it on the girl's like
Yeah.
skirt, and the girl was like, ah. And right away she like drops her knee. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like,
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
really?
Like extremely apologetic, beyond.
Wow.
Right. And so then the manager runs in and he's like bowing next to her, like, oh my God, we're so sorry. We're gonna pay for your dry cleaning. We'll make sure this never happens again. I was like, everybody just take it
Wow.
easy. It's just a bit of cola on the skirt, you know. It's like the shame that they
Wow.
felt by
Yeah,
causing distress
Yeah.
in that millisecond
yeah.
in
Usually
time. It was just like,
Mm.
all right, cool.
the customer
Carry on.
Yeah,
service
you'll
is
take
very
it.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
But
like you
yeah.
go, like I thought Korea was very like you always when you go into convenience store in Korea, they're very nice and stand up for you. Japan's like that, and they even sometimes bow for you. Like they're very
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
customer
That's true. That's
service
true.
has to be number one. Yeah.
Oh
Which,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think. Mm.
Very coming
And
to Australia, they're all
yeah,
on their phones and they're like
Yeah. Same
this,
here.
like
What do you want?
scared to look in you in your
yeah,
eyes. I'm like, come on. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
What were you gonna say, Hokjin?
yeah. So speaking of the food and the restaurant, so in Osaka area there is a very famous thing of how to enjoy your food is that like one is the regular way, and
Mm.
the other thing is that they call nomi hodai and tabe hodai, which means bottomless drink and
That's
all you
dangerous.
can eat.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
the sound of those
So
ones.
very dangerous.
yeah, a lot of good restaurants they do this
Mm.
because this will attract other people, and then like drinking is extremely expensive in Japan.
Hmm.
But this is just a story that I heard from my grandma is that Kansai people, the people of Osaka, they love to drink and they love to eat. So they always looking for some like bottomless places. So those kind of restaurants, they were really actually boom in back in her days, which is 1940s,
Oh
and
wow,
they still does that.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
well, I like it all you can eat because then you know how much you're spending. Yeah, so that's
Mm,
yeah. And bottomless
Yeah,
drinking, that's dangerous. That is dangerous.
it's pricey. It really is pricey in
Yeah.
Japan.
But I will say in
yeah.
convenience stores, just a bit about the alcohol. If you want some cheap alcohol, go in the convenience stores and check them out. Like some of the mixed drinks they have in there are very, very strong and not very expensive, like $2, $3 for an 8% drink. Or this is for all the alcoholics out there. Or like you can buy,
You know who you are.
they don't seem to have the big taxes on their
Yeah.
whiskeys or something like that. So it's very fairly
Mm.
priced in the convenience stores, these stronger drinks. Yeah. Let's go on to the big one. This one was my number one place to go to when I went to Osaka. It's the Osaka Castle. Do you guys go there?
Mm.
Never heard of it. No,
No?
just kidding. Of course. Yeah, yeah, I've been there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, oh.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Oops. Well, this is
Uh,
awkward.
yeah, I had high expectations and it met my expectations. It is beautiful to look at. Just some
Stunning.
facts. It was built in
Mm.
1583. They have
Nice.
two moats. So you got one massive moat, then you got a second massive moat, and it's very sat in the middle of Osaka City. And like one of my photos, I could get a photo of the high-rise building and the Osaka Castle perfectly shining on the reflection of this building, which is interesting.
Very
Uh,
artistic.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Well,
Six
you
hundred
know,
yen to get in these days. 600 yen, which is not too bad. Inside it's mainly a museum from levels 2 to 7 are mainly it's a museum. Very good information. All the information you would need about Osaka Castle, the history, why they built the defenses and stuff like that. And then at the top you get an outside view, 360 view of the precinct in Osaka City. So for
mhm.
600 yen, it's good value. Totally recommend it. And I really enjoyed it. How did you guys find it?
I mean, I just walked by. I was like, "Whoa, it's a castle," and I just continued on. But I didn't go inside or
Mm.
anything.
It doesn't
It
look
was
like
really,
you.
I remember it was just really crowded that day. I remember there was just like a
Yeah.
lot of people,
Oh,
and I just don't
okay.
like crowds. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I went on a day that, yeah, because I was going during like the summer
Peak.
peak,
Yeah.
so everybody and their mother was out. So I just thought, man, just click, be a
Yeah.
nice like Facebook cover page, and
Yeah.
that was it.
I
Yeah.
think I was lucky because I went
Mm.
straight in. It was raining, so it wasn't crowd, so it was no issue.
Oh, that's really nice.
And then I didn't see it, but there's apparently a ferry that goes around the moats. Yeah, in the moat it goes around that, and it goes for 20 minutes, and it costs an adult 1,500 yen, so about
Okay.
$15.
Enough, yeah.
Kids about half price, 750 yen. So
Yeah.
it would be really, especially going fall or a nice day, if you want to go on a little ferry that goes around the moat. You can also do that, which is quite popular. I didn't see it running when I was there, but that's another thing to do around Osaka Castle. I recommend it. Yeah, but if you can dodge the crowds, that would be better. Yeah.
Mm. That's true.
But
That is true.
even like Jared did, if even you walk the grounds, there's beautiful gardens and greenery all the way around the castle. You can just walk around, get the photo from the outside, and
Yeah.
grab a 200 yen coffee from Lawson's and just enjoy the
Ooh.
parkland. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a lot there. They had like street performers and stuff, little
Yeah.
magicians. I like all that. I'm like next to
Yeah.
the kids, like, wow, how
Oh
did he
yeah,
do
yeah,
that? This is nuts. You know, like I'm still like, intrigued by magic.
yeah,
It still blows my mind,
Mm.
the illusions of it all. But no, it's a really beautiful
yeah.
area. I encourage anyone listening to go check it out.
And
But
they
the
they
itinerary.
do have elevator access. So if you can't do the stairs, they do have lift access inside the castle. I don't know if that's
Mm,
new. It looked pretty new. I don't know how new
Yeah.
that is. Yeah,
yeah.
and Hokshin, you got anything else? What were you going to do next?
In Osaka area, there is like three different places that you can enjoy.
Yeah.
That you mentioned uh the
You got
what
it, buddy.
was
You
the
got it.
what
Yep.
no, I mean, what was the station you mean? Umeda, right?
Umeda,
Umeda.
yeah.
Yeah.
Umeda.
So if you're looking to Osaka City, they're like in the like narrow, long like north and south area. They're like separated in three different areas.
Yes.
So first thing is like Umeda Station area.
Mm,
They have like really great street called Honmachi,
mm,
and on that street there are a lot of like old but good restaurants. Like if you guys like to drink on the like street kind of uh restaurant,
mm,
then
Oh,
those Homachi area, they're the best. The food is great, the drink is absolutely great. They
mm,
have variety of food that you can enjoy about the Japanese delicacies.
mm,
And then you can come to the Dotonbori area. You can also enjoy the like the new ones.
mm.
And then you go to the south, and there's a tower named Tsutenkaku, and on that area is actually called Shinsekai, which literally means the new world.
hmm.
So yeah, it is a newly developed area in 1970s, I think, and then they have like high buildings, and Chutenkaku have like the watchtower kind of, very very tall. You can see all the cities from there.
It looks like the Eiffel
So
Tower,
those,
yeah. Is that
yeah,
the one
that's
you're talking
true.
about? Yeah. So yeah, if you look onto the maps, maybe we'll put a map onto our YouTube. Yeah, Bokchun's right. You got the train station area, you got the Dontoburi Namba area. I got that one confused.
Hmm.
The Umeda is the train station, and then you got the where I stayed, the Dubutsunmei area, which is near the
Yeah.
um
Yeah, yeah.
Eiffel Tower that Hokchun
Chutenkaku
was talking about.
Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And around there, there's a lot of really cool themed restaurants, really fun area. So definitely check
Mm-mm.
that out. That's
That's
good.
true.
Yeah, good spot. So you still want to stay within this area. And if you're going to talk about transport, there's a subway that goes smack bang straight through there. And it's only 2, 3 stops to get from the north to the south. And that's probably where you're going to be
Mm.
based for housing. And then you can go out up from there. So with that housing, another popular thing. Oh, sorry, I'll quickly do mine, Gio, then I'll let you talk. Sorry, buddy.
Sure. Go ahead.
If you like your theme parks, there's Universal Studios. It's very easy to get Universal Studios. I didn't go, but just looking, you can get the one of the train that I was talking about from downtown. Takes about 13 minutes, and it's
Mm-hmm.
8,400 yen for a ticket. So it's not cheap, but if you love your theme parks, or it's a rainy day, or yeah, yeah, 8,400 yen for a Universal Studios. Only 30 minutes from out
Wow.
of the city. It's heading towards the coastal area. So that's something you can
Mm.
do. Gio, what else have we got to do?
If you're looking for a Western entertainment, there's Universal Studios. Thanks for the introduction, Keith. I actually did go there only because they have the
Yeah.
Harry Potter world. Obviously, I've been to
Ooh.
other Universal Studios. I went to the one in Singapore, but they didn't have the magical world of Harry Potter. So if you're a Harry Potter
Ah.
fan, ladies and gentlemen, head there.
Mm.
We got we got our wands there. We got the robe. We did it all. We just splurged big time. So I wanted to make sure once I walked around that park, I was rocking the Gryffindor outfit with my wand. And no, we had a ball. Yeah, that's the only reason why we
Yeah.
went and enjoyed the butterbeer, Hogwarts Express,
Wow.
platform 9 3/4.
Mm.
Took a picture in front of the castle,
Mm.
Hogwarts Castle, not Kyoto or Osaka Castle. We actually went a tour inside the ride inside the castle, so it was just a magical experience.
Yeah.
If you're looking for Eastern entertainment, especially in Japan, they have their national bunrak, which was opened. It was like super popular, I believe, like 2 centuries ago. It's basically like puppets. It's a puppet show, like a marionette show.
Ah,
So it's like extremely, yeah, it's like very entertaining. You got like the whole like the beautiful like the stage, like the candle lights below, and they got like it's like a mini opera, but it's for puppets. And they're in the traditional costumes and such. I thought it was
Oh, all
wonderful.
right.
I went to one in Vietnam, but I ended up falling asleep in it. No disrespect to the
Oh,
Vietnamese.
really?
I don't know. It was like way too dark in there. It was just like
Yeah.
water, it's like the sound of water and stuff. I just passed right out.
yeah.
But I do encourage you to see that. Any kind of entertainment in Japan. So
Yeah. I think
yeah.
also back to Universal Studios, I quickly saw my notes. I think they
Yeah.
opened up Super Nintendo World. So that's quite a new area.
Ooh.
I think so.
Oh, Nintendo
They
World,
would
like
when they start
Mario
saying,
and
Yeah.
stuff.
right?
Yeah. So that's quite new. Sorry. One of my favorite
Ooh.
games as a kid was Super Mario Kart. I dominated that. No one could beat me
I
in
still
Super
have
Mario.
mine. Yeah, I still have my
Really?
console, everything. Oh, I have it all. I'm keeping that for
I
my kid.
challenge you.
All right, bring it on.
One of
I'm
the
a
great things
master
about
of banana peels.
Osaka is that it's in the center of in Japan, center of Japan,
Uh-huh.
and so you got a lot of day trips. So if you got some extra days and you want to explore, catch the bus or the train, you got Nara, which is famous for the deers. Have you boys been there?
No, but I heard of it.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
heard
never.
some of the deer bow to the people, don't they?
it'll take up
I saw a video of it. Cutest
about
thing.
an hour to get there, so that's an option. By you also got Kyoto, which is a big city just north of it. It's only fast train, it's only 13 minutes, so it's very fast to get there.
Super
If,
fast, like 15, 30 minutes.
if you want to explore and tick off another city, you can quickly do a day trip there, go to Kyoto. I haven't been there. I heard it's maybe even
Both of
better
us
than
should.
Osaka, tempting. Maybe.
I personally think it is.
Yeah.
It's older. You see more like the geishas walking around. It's just cute, gorgeous, like rivers and old bridges, little old towns being restored, and they have the monkey temples, the mountains like in the valley. Perfect.
Yeah, a bit
Did you
more
That's great, actually.
historic and less city-like. Yeah, it's a bit more.
Well, I think it was the former capital of Japan.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. That's true. That's
Another
true.
famous one. We love our meat, boys. Kobe, the famous Kobe beef. Yeah, it is a city.
Kobe.
It's a
yeah.
It will take you about 16 to 25 minutes to get there. So there's a lot of places you can go. Boys, any recommendations or those ones? Have you been?
I haven't been to Kobe yet.
No. Yeah. And Hokjun?
Actually, I'm planning to go to Kobe.
Yeah.
They pronounce it Kobe, all right? Not Kobe.
Yeah. I know. Kobe.
Okay.
All right. So Kobe. So the Kobe beef, aka Kobe Q, is the the best. It's the best steak ever.
So I've heard. Yeah.
It's not cheap.
So I'm going to go there and then taste with my tongue with that.
I would hope so.
What do you call it? That little like tricky like cooking style.
Like a Benihana thing where they like cook on the grill.
Yeah,
like,
Benihana kind of thing. Yeah, the grill thing. Yeah.
What is that called?
Go there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think
I don't know, like hot plate.
Yeah.
Hibachi.
Yeah.
Hibachi.
Hibachi.
Hibachi grill.
Hibachi. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I went there very recently, boys, and Hokjun, you're going soon. I totally recommend Osaka. It was so much fun. I went when it was raining and I still had a great time. So if the rainy days, there's less crowd. So don't worry about the rain. And you got shopping, you got history, you got entertainment, Osaka food, you got it all. So I totally recommend Osaka. Boys, well done. Thank you for joining me today.
It's good seeing you all. Good seeing you all again.
So you can watch this via our podcast, or we try and push you to watch it on YouTube. We'll put some photos up, some maps, and make it very interactive for you guys to really picture your trip. Hopefully gave you some great ideas and for your journey to Osaka. I totally recommend it. Thank you, Hokjun.
No worries.
Thank you, Gia. Good to have you back.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
And Gia, you might as well finish off with the rest of your thing. You've been working hard behind the scenes.
I mean, I try. We're in season 2 now, so it's time to kind of bulk up and get things done. I mean, we have so many people to thank that tune in every single week. all the people that have supported us, listen to us, getting to know us little by little. So this message goes to all of you. Head over to our website, 4formom1.wixsite.com. Sign up for our mailing list so you know when new episodes are released every single week. Follow us across Facebook, Instagram, Linktree, and then head over to YouTube. Check out season 1, all of our episodes, like them across the board, jump into season 2, do the same thing, and then take the time, if you haven't, to rate us on any podcast platform that you're listening on. As always, thank you. See you guys next week.
What's thank you in Japan?
All right.
Japanese.
Oh my gosh. What is arigato?
Arigato.
Yeah, it is, right?
Arigato.
Yeah, arigato.
All right.
Arigato, everybody.
All right.
Goodbye.